Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Zoombinis. Today, we have got a choice to make. Now, we have two groups of Zoombinis here. We currently have our 8th group of Zoombinis. And our 7th group is here. Now, one thing I can do. So what we can do here is take these Zoombinis and go to the south, or if we want to go up north, we can swap these. Like, I go ahead and put you here, and like, I do this. Like, you can hold a lot of Zoombinis in this. Now, each column can. Now, the display will only show 5 rows and 5 columns. That doesn't mean that's all the Zoombinis you can do in here. Now let's put our. Actually, let's do this instead. This way, we don't get so confused. In fact, I'm even going to do this. This way there is actually a gap in between our Zoombinis here. So, and now, so what we're going to do here is we're going to take the 7 Zoombinis and we're going to go up. So, give me a few minutes, because it does take a while to move everyone to their proper place on the grid. So, if I had been smart, I would have done this beforehand, but we gotta. It's part of the project. We gotta show, like, the tediousness of it. I might do another set of Zoombinis like this, where, excuse me, where I take one group of Zoombinis all the way here to Shelter Rock, and then the next episode I come here with another set of Zoombinis. And that might actually be a little more interesting because you're not delayed on getting a new episode. So for the time being, we're gonna go north. We're gonna go up to Who's Bayou.
It looks as if the kind captain has upped the ante.
He kinda has. And this starts getting a little more difficult. Yep, he's rearranged his board. I'm gonna tell you this right.
Welcome to the boat. Now hurry yourselves up and find your seat.
Now, I don't remember if it's two things in common with their neighbor. These four would be safe no matter what because they have the same eyes. So.
Fine, sit wherever you want to. I don't really care.
He does care. So. This could actually be a problem.
Sure.
Okay, it's just the one, so. Yeah. The problem is, I suppose I should.
There you go, you got it.
Yeah. So the problem with the others is that I could easily get the
Sure.
the first 13 on here without a problem from Captain Cajun. The problem is that how he works, like how Captain.
Sure.
Captain Cajun works like this. Everyone here must have something in common with their neighbor. Well, these guys are counted as neighbors as well as these two. So, which gets a little more tricky because now you have to have, this person has to have something in common with this neighbor, and this neighbor. So he does get a little finicky about it, and I think he sets his thing up with however it was. Okay, whatever, Captain. So there was a reason why I did that.
Travel on, brave adventurers, that wonder of the wetlands. Bruno, the shape swapper, has a special tool for swapping Lilypads. Now they'll need to make their own paths across.
As he said. Okay. So, what do we have here? Well, you saw that Ferry. He has given us a magic wand. Unfortunately, this wand has limited uses. So, what we're going to do first, let's take a look at the board. So, we have an exit here for... Okay, so dark blue is not being used at all. There's just no dark blue at all. You can see 2 down here, 1 here, 1 here, and 1 here. There's no path. So we can just safely eliminate dark blue. Now, I look at the board, and we can already see a red path. So what we're going to do before we do anything with this, because we will be using this, let's take our red frog and just have him go across twice while we look at the rest of the board. Looks like pink can almost get across. This red bipedal lily pad is kind of in the way. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to make certain that and then looks like we have almost got a cyan path already. We can just do a swap between these two, and that would be that would do the trick. But you also got to be strategic when using this thing. It doesn't have all the. So another thing I'm going to do first is we're going to look at the board. So we got our first 2 across safely, and now let's look at the board, see if there's any other. Okay. So I look at this and I can see that the cross. Now, unlike before, where I just did all the colors at once, and then the flower, and then the lily pad, sometimes I got away with doing the lily pad before the flower or the color, just to be a little right. This time around, we really can't do that. So we're going to take the cross-shaped one, and we're just going to send it across while we look for other paths. Of course it did that. Oh well. Let's see. Diamond doesn't really have a path at all. That's just garbage. You got this right here. You can swap these two, but it doesn't really have anything. There are no other starts to access. So basically, just put him down here and just have him go. Let's see if there's any others. Okay, looks like Clover goes nowhere. There's no clovers on the board either. So using this to try and make a clover path is just not happening. So let's look at the lily pad. See if there's any lily pads before we even touch this. See if we can get two from the lily pad. And I'm looking at this and I'm seeing a quad path. Ooh, that doesn't go anywhere. Let's take a go down. Ooh. It just stops right here. I mean, we can swap these two now. And that would create a path for yellow and cyan. As well. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at something else, though. Some of these other ones. I'm trying not to use. I don't remember how many times you can use this. So we got this 3 here. This red X here. Go 3, 3, 3, 3. Okay. So. Okay, looks like everything has been kind of. So, I'm going to take this. And we're going to take it. This one. And that one. And what does that do for us? Now, remember to turn it off because. So we're going to take yellow and cyan and just do these two immediately because they're not going to block anything. And just to make sure it gets done. But this also did something else for us. Well, first we'll finish up cyan. But starting from this yellow cross here, we can safely make the 4-leaf go across. So now, is there any others that we can do? Because we need to do more than just that. Alright. I'm just seeing what else we could do. See here. I got a bipedal here. Well, yeah, the flower's not going anywhere. So we need to make 3 more paths. Well, if I do that, we make a path for this one. So we need to. So I saw this 3-piece lily pad earlier. Just go ahead and set. Of course, that's that. So, what else could we do? Well, let's see. Because we have because we can make a path here with the 3. With the 3, so if I switch those 2, I'm going to turn that off while we're messing with this. Actually, I think you're supposed to anyway, so. So here, we have, so if I go this way, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to take this and this. And that should be the last time we need to do that. And now we wait. This is not too bad. This one wasn't too bad. I've seen worse. Trust me. Maneuvering this thing is not so bad when you take your time and look. This is, again, much like Bubble Wonder Abyss, this one's a game of patience. Of taking your time, looking for the paths. Make sure that those paths line up. Don't just fire them off willy-nilly. You gotta find the path. You make sure you see that path. Double check your work a lot too. Because I've checked it and I put it on the wrong one and it's gone in the wrong direction and I messed it all up. So, thankfully this one wasn't too bad. And now for the new network.
Zoombinis will get a rise out of these stone hexes if they can make the right connections.
Now let's see if Stone Hexes wants to work for me today. I know it's got Stone Rise. Oh yeah, we got this here. So, this is actually very, very tricky. Now, the hairs I'm not too worried about. Nor the eyes, because there's only one pair. The noses, on the other hand, is actually kind of a challenge here. Because what you have to do with the noses is you gotta make sure these two have the same nose, and these two have the same nose. This could be a problem. Because what we have to do here... Okay, I think I can see how we do this. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take Yadu, put her here. We're going to take Sir Null, put her here. And then Laiho, or my entire thing can just get... Oh, come on. I'm not even finicky to get this. It's not even highlighting the right one either. That's the best part. So, let's try that again. And I see they have all been resorted over here. Maybe. But here, let's try this again.
It looks as if the kind captain has upped the ante.
Captain's so stupid easy with the setup.
My, y'all cuter than a pot of black-eyed peas.
Sure, whatever, Captain.
Sit wherever you want to. I don't really care.
I'm just doing it like this just because. You don't have to follow the same pattern I do.
You got it.
You might even have a different set of Zoombinis than I do. You don't have to do the path that I take through the game. I'm doing this just to make life on me easier. Despite the fact that
There you go, you
trivializes
got it.
a lot of the puzzles in this game. But I think once we get through the... But yeah, no, we'll send have a team of Zoombinis here. That is...
There you go, you got it.
I've not had that dragon drop fail with Cat and Cajun, amazingly. I don't understand why it's not where it does that on Stone Rise, but not Cat and Cajun.
Travel on, brave adventurers, that wonder of the wetlands. Bruno, the shape swapper, has a special tool for swapping lily pads. Now they'll need to make their own paths across.
And we don't talk about Bruno. No. Okay, let's take a look at this. Well, there is no red or pink today. Tell you this right now. Even if you were to use the wand, we could not make it. I mean, it's probably possible to make a pink one, it looks like. See, we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, no, that is not enough. Let's see, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so you couldn't even build the path. There's just not enough paints at all to do it. So let's take a look at what we have so far, though. So let's take a look. Looks like we already have a completed dark blue path. So let's just start with that. And then we have a lot of yellows here. Looks like we can make a yellow path easily. And it looks like we have a flower path already completed too. So, well, we will. Oh. We have 2 completed flower paths. Well, 2. We have 3 starts for flowers. Good gravy! Now you're never going to be able to show. Now you're never going to have. Be able to showcase all 3 starts, unfortunately. But see, another thing you can do, I might even showcase this off here. So we're going to take this. We take those. Now we're going to go start here. And now I've created 2 exits, but it will always go along. You won't get the, like, down. If I start from down here, it will never go out to this exit. But what I've done here is I've made 2 exits. So take this, start here. And we've made two different paths for the flower to go across, essentially. That's a rarity in its own. It's a little more easy to do when you've got this here to help you. I mean, if we were to spot that on the easy difficulty, good gravy, we'd be lucky. Yeah. Now I'm going to take this. And now we have a straight line for yellow. It's not as impressive as if we were on the easy difficulty, because we kind of thinking making it ourselves. And there's not enough reds to start either. So red. So the red and the so I'm going to start here this time. Just give me a little see. I'm seeing a cyan path, but somewhat of a cyan path. I don't know if I can make it. Well, I can. I just don't know how much I can use this. I might have unlimited uses on this difficulty. But it does become limited as things get harder. Now then, let's see if we can find anything else. Well, I see some 4 leaves. Okay. We'll put that there for now. Can't take those because it's part of the path. And yes, you can do this while he's going across. Or not. So now we can take the 4-leaf and have it go across. And then but we still need to find more. Well, let's look at these diamonds. Woo. Maybe not. I see some crosses here. Okay, we need to find 3 more paths across. Well, let's take a look at this half pad. Huh? Since we're not really using these anymore. We can hang on a sec. Let me do that. So... Alright. Where's the half? Okay, this is the yellow clover here. So I think that's the only half-pad start. Well, while that's going, let's take a look at this bog standard one. And we can just put it on. Oh, I get it. I get how this thing works. Let's see if we can find a spot where we can use it again. Utilize it again. First, let's get these guys across. Let's see. Alright. Once we get the... these guys across. Six, 7, 8, 11. I think I can do it. I much I bet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. If you look at this bar here, I'm going to see if I can do this. Yeah, it's draining. This little red has a gauge here of how many times you can use it. And the more you use it, the farther down it goes. Now, what I've effectively done here is create a straight path of diamonds. And at the same time, I've also made it to where there's only one entry point for a diamond. So, that was a bit of a risky move, I will say. I knew I could do it, because I went and took the time to count out how many I had. The fact that we had 4 to start here is actually kind of what's made it that entirely possible. I don't even have to count for the X flower here. I know I had enough to, like, I would, like, take this one here. Like, the one I moved to here, is this one that I moved. It was like, that was intentional in case I had the, create a failsafe. start working to create a failsafe with a straight line of crosses. I went for a straight line because it's just easier that way to know I have a path across. It's the same with this. Like, when I mess with if I mess with it, I'm more than likely going to try and make a straight line if I can. Alright, off the stone hexes again. Let's see if that drag and drop fail decides to plague me again. Ugh. You have no idea how I'm gonna watch that plague me trying to get you episode 18.
If they can make the right connection.
That was what dragged 18 getting out for so long. The pattern has changed here. Okay, this one doesn't look too terribly bad. Now since this has got a line of 3, we have 5 rows here, but we have 16 rings. So we're gonna got one here. We're gonna save whoever this is going to. We're gonna save them for last. And the reason why, because we don't know which one's going to be the leftover remaining one. So it makes no sense. So what we're going to do first is like what we were doing last time with this. Now, make sure you put them on the right hex or they will burn themselves. So like, yeah. So, like, I'll do this. Oh, wait, no, it's this one. Put you here. Put you here. And you here. Now, I take the spring, and then I take her, and now this works because they're both spring, and then everyone up here just got the same hair. I'll put this one on left. Actually, I'll just put her here because everyone else has got the same hair. So let's just put everyone else on.
Splendid job!
Oh, lovely! It only took 2 attempts to get across. That's amazing! Oh, that's... You don't know how much it was a headache in the... trying to get episode 18 out to you guys. As we go to Shade Tree. Now, I'm going to go through the deep dark forest next episode with the other set of Zoombinis that we have at Shelter Rock.
Good work! Again you braved the challenges of the trip. Beware the new dangers of the mountains of despair.
And the mountains of despair are going to be a giant pain in the butt this time. Yeah, so, because, like the Big, the Bad, and the Hungry, it has seen an upgrade in difficulty. We're not going to go to Zoombinisville, because we got a new building. I'm looking at this, and I'm saying, this is the very exact wrong building to have earned for going through Who's Bayou on Oh So Hard. Because if you look at this building, this firehouse honors means you fangled the ferry boat, so definitely swapped Lilypads and connected the current when traveling with Oh So Hard in Who's Bayou. This looks like something you would see on Mudball Wall. Like, you take, like, it's the same, got the same splat patterns as Mudball Wall. it's not a very fitting building to have. I don't mind the building itself. The building looks awesome. It looks like it has a like it's like a person. You got the eyes right here, your nose, you got a mouth. It does look amusing. But that was not the thing I was expecting them to get. I just noticed this, but this has a face.
What? Sleeping on the job? While Zoombini lives hang in the balance? Hurry back and get the others!
Yeah, well, I didn't even notice that this windmill had a face. You would think the windmill would be part of... Anyway. Until next time, everyone. I will... say... have a good day.